Well, good evening, and welcome, welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. I'm Anna. I'm your host. I'm an educational consultant. I'm a retired school teacher. I'm an author. I'm also a jury consultant. I dibble and dabble a little bit in health and wellness. And I'm also a certified cake instructor. And I dibble and dabble in jewelry too. So I bring to you a wealth of knowledge and topics that might enhance our lives. And if it's something that you would like for me to expound upon, you can always direct message me. I will be glad to research that topic for you. We have some comments that come in. Hello, how are you this evening? Oh, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it very much for your support. And also, hi, Kathy. How are you? Oh, okay. So, I bring to your wealth, and I do this by providing workshops and speakers and just gathering knowledge, just like what I just told you. So, I want you to join me as we explore inspiring stories and topics and practical advice to help us live that blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. So we're going to delve into many topics. One of the topics that we're going to delve into tonight, you know, I'm doing coffee, cake, and conversations with Anna. And so I'm really trying to get people more involved. Now, I do have someone on here. You know, I don't know. Some people make comments that I don't know why they make them, but I only try to put on positive things on Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast. So keep that in mind when you're making some of your comments. I want to thank you again for tuning in to Sweet Blessings, where every conversation is a treasure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Our topic this evening is Passport to Possibilities. Now, it's about travel tales, you all, unexpected adventures and life's lessons. That's what we're focusing on this evening. So I want you to know that every journey teaches us something, whether it's across the country or across the street. Every journey teaches us something. So if you're just tuning in, I'm just going to say welcome to Coffee, Cakes, and Conversations with Anna, where every episode feels like you're sitting around the kitchen table with friends. So I'm your host, I'm Anna, and tonight we're packing our bags, at least in our imagination. As the owner of Tab's travel agency, a lot of you might not have known that I also do. Oh, I got so many comments coming in, y'all. Oh, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn says, hello, Anna, and happy Friday, everyone. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Thanks for coming back and joining us. Brenda, look at me. I'm in the devil. Brenda called me. If you can contact her, she didn't know whether or not I was coming on tonight. And I tried to contact her, but I thought I know I got her email somewhere, but it was, when I got the message, it was too late. You all see I have my beverage here. I hope you got yours. So, as the owner of Tab's Travel Agency, I learned that travel is about so much more than booking flights or choosing hotels. It's about creating memories, embracing new experiences, and that something discovering that sometimes the detours becomes the best part of the journey. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, grab you something to eat or a piece of cake, and let's travel together tonight. We're going to take a brief commercial, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we are going to go ahead and get started, get this show on the road real quick here. So I don't want to keep you here all evening. So you know I got a presentation. I got my notes here, but let me bring up my PowerPoint, because passports to possibility, travel tales, unexpected adventures, and life's lessons. That's what we're going to talk a little bit about this evening. So, series theme. Every journey, which is what I just told you, teaches us something, whether it's across the country or it's across the street. Every trip begins with a dream. Long before we pack our suitcases, we dream. Maybe it's a family reunion, a cruise you always wanted to take, a bucket list of destinations, or simply a weekend to recharge. Every adventure begins with imagining what could be. The same is true in life. Many of our biggest accomplishments start as dreams. So let me ask you this, and you can put it in the comment section, wherever you are. What destinations have you always dreamed of visiting, and why? I got a few more comments coming, so I'll give you a few minutes to Miss Marilyn telling me, happy Friday, everyone. I don't know where she get Friday from, but today is Wednesday, but oh dear, I don't know. You know, it's hot, child. I have my fan on, and it, your air conditioner always goes out when it's the hottest, and so mine is on, but I turned it off because it was just blowing cool air, not cold air. And so I have fans going now, and no one can come and fix it. I gotta wait a few days before someone can come and fix it. So that's where I am. But sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Everything happens, like I said, for a reason. So, what destinations? I just said that. Look, She said, yes, I meant when's this hot, man. I just said your mind was off. Mine is too, honey. Everybody is. I was going to, now here I been to deviate again. I was just saying, I was thinking before I came on, I put some lipstick on. I said, oh my God, my lipstick is melting. That is just how hot it is. Oh, it's awful. It's just really awful. It's hot, and it's humid. And, I can tell you all kind of stories because, since we're talking about dreaming and trips and going across the street and, doing all those things. Today I was out and I was getting some gas and, I don't know. It's just something about me where people just talk to me, okay? And so the lady came out of the gas station and she says, whew. And I said, oh, I'm feeling you because, she was sitting hot. She says, yes, it's so hot. And she says, I was up this morning at 7 o'clock outside working on my garden. I said, 7 o'clock? I said, I was out there at 5:30. Okay. And at 5:30 this morning, it was 82 degrees. Okay. So, I'm just saying. So, what destinations have you always dreamed of visiting and why? Well, I have several. I don't know. I've always wanted to visit South Africa. I've been to Africa, but not South Africa. And I guess I wanted to go there because I felt like it was, they say it's very modern. And I want to see for myself. I want to see for myself. Now, because the other parts of Africa that I was in, they were not. They were modern, but they were not as, modern. I've always dreamed of going to Monte Carlo. I don't know why. It just the water and the ambience of it all just intrigued me as well. But because I like to travel, and so that is one or two of my destinations that I have not gone to that I would love to go to. So think about that, because I know all of y'all get out there and travel. When plans change, oh Lord Jesus. So we're going on our vacation, and anyone who has traveled knows that things don't always go according to plan. Flights get delayed, the weather changes, reservations fell through, or the road closes. Now I've had some dealings with each one of those. Well, I was going to say not road closer, but I do. When you're traveling, you have to detour sometimes. So I guess I've had things with that one as well. Flights, I went away for a weekend, one time, and it was just Friday, Saturday, and I was coming back Sunday, and they canceled. They didn't cancel. Well, I guess they did cancel. That it snowed, and so they grounded them. I guess they canceled the flight for that night. I spent one day on the trip. I went the next day. I was livid. Seriously. The weather changes, it rains, I've been to Jamaica and it rained. I went during the rain season. So it was raining all the time. When I got married, we took a trip to Canada and got there. We didn't have the reservations that we thought we had. But it was really, and I'm going to say, just like I'm saying here, those moments can be frustrating. But they can also teach us flexibility and resilience. Because some of my favorite traveling stories begin with an unexpected detour. So we learn life's lessons here. Sometimes the detour becomes the destination you didn't know you needed. And that's, you didn't know if you needed that destination. So just think about that. We're going to take another commercial, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the people that we meet. Also, when we go on a trip, what do? We bring back souvenirs. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So let's go and check out the commercial. Uh-oh, sorry. You probably can't even see what I'm doing, but I'm saying sorry to myself, I guess. Oh, dear God, dear God, dear God. I asked him to help me.
One, two, three. Quiero separarme de ti, ni siquiera un momento. No quiero perder el tiempo.
All right, we are back. Let me bring my stuff back up. And let's talk a little bit. Oh, we got a comment. Marilyn says, yes, yes. And then she also says, she says she brings back coffee cups and shot glasses from each state that she visits. That's very interesting because my cousin collects shot glasses as well. And he has all of us, when we go out of town, bringing him a shot glass back. Okay, so he has a case of shot glasses. Now, I'm not really a collector of anything, but I have inherited other people's collection. So I have my grandmother's salt and pepper shaker collection. And I mean, she's got some unique ones. And over the years, I've added to it, and people buy me salt and pepper shakers, y'all. Okay, unique ones. Okay, just want to just let you know. So it is truthful. So one of the greatest joys of traveling isn't just the places, it's the people. Whether it's a friendly hotel employee, a local shop owner, or a fellow traveler, every conversation has the potential to have a lasting impression. Travel reminds us that kindness is a language spoken everywhere. Very seldom do you go out of town and feel you see hainty people. Most people are very cordial and nice, especially when they feel, you have come, you know, out of town, and you're out of town visiting. And, they really want you to leave with a positive impression, I would think. I don't know. I might be wrong. I don't know. So bring home more than souvenirs. So we often return home with photos and souvenirs, but the greatest thing we bring back are the memories, the lessons, and the story. Travel broadens our perspective and reminds us that there's a beautiful, diverse world waiting to be explored. I think it's so wonderful when you look at a travel book, when you have looked at a travel book and you see all those scenic pictures and you go to that place and see it. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So Marilyn says, let me show you, because I got a comment on this one too. She says her mentor, who has clocks, all types of clocks, cowboy boots. Well, I have a girlfriend that I went to high school with, and she also collects clocks. So, we all have something that we collect, I think. And sometimes you can carry it on down through the ages. Now, you heard me say I don't collect. I can't really think of too much that I collect, which was a lie. I got on here and I lied today, y'all. But let me tell you what I truly, truly collect, and that is cookbooks. I am a cookbook freak. I collect cookbooks. I might make one or two recipes out the cookbook. Now, I have given cookbooks away to the Granny's Attic, which is like a rummage sale. And I still have a whole shelf of cookbooks, y'all. Not only do I have a shelf of cookbooks. Oh Lord, please don't. You reminded me of all my bad habits, okay? Because purses. Marilyn says her other friend loves purses and shoes. Okay. Purses was my other weakness. I think I'm telling you, I got a bin of purses, and I carry one purse. I might change that purse ever so often, but I have a bin of purses. Not only that, but I'm in a sorority, so I have sorority purses as well. So we do accumulate things, and I know Marilyn and her other friend love purses. I love purses too, but my mother was the shoe person. Yeah, she would buy shoes. It would be brand new shoes she's never worn. Okay, she was a shoe person. She would, collect shoes. That was her, her thing. But that's okay. We all have, believe me, we all collect something. Okay? So, if you could board a plane, y'all, listen to this. I think I got a slide on this, yeah. Coffee talk. If you could board a plane tomorrow, where would you go and who would you take with you? That's for y'all to answer. I'm going to wait a few minutes and then I'm going to tell you my answer. Where would I go tomorrow? Well, if I could board a plane tomorrow, I think that I would go to Florida. Either Florida or California. I need to go with some water because it's always cooler where there's some water. And I really don't like air. I have air, but I don't like air. I don't like to be cold. Pleasant? Yes. So who would I take with me? That's interesting. I don't know. I might want to go by myself. That might be one of those trips that I would want to take to recharge. Who says I have to take someone with me? I'm just saying, if I could board a plane and go someplace. So when you get on a plane, y'all, or even, I had to bring this up because I'm going to tell you why I had to bring it up. Because I've been traveling all of my life, y'all. I mean, seriously, all of my life. From baby on up. We're going to have a little cake break now. But I have been traveling all of my life. All of my life. And I was just wondering, do you pack snacks for your trip? Or do you wait until you arrive? And what is one snack you never travel without? Now, let's see if we can get some comments on this. First thing is, do you pack snacks for your trip? Or do you wait until you get there and eat? Have some snacks. And the other one is, what one snack you never travel without? So I'm going to tell you right now, I pack snacks for a trip. I don't care if my daughter is like 2 hours away. I always have something in the car, and I tell you why. Because I got to have some water in there. You don't never know when your car might break down or anything. You need to have something there. Having snacks is a good thing to me. Okay, now I'm just using it as a car as an example, but even when I was little and I traveled with my aunt, and I am of that generation where they used to get on the train with the box food, where they had cooked the food so they had some food to eat on the train, and that was probably because they couldn't eat in the whatever you call that, the cafe that they have on the train. And I'm gonna tell you, I was grown when I finally got the chance to do that. To eat on one of those because we went to New Orleans and we rode the train there. We took the scenic route. I went one time. I flew. The one time I took the scenic route. I took the train, and the train was really nice. It was scary too, but it was nice. So that was the only time that. But when I'm traveling, I always have a snack. And the one snack that I never travel without is like a peppermint. Y'all don't know that pepper candy is a snack. But a peppermint. You can always just pop a peppermint will always make you feel better. And peppermint comes in many ways. So I always have peppermint or some type of mint or something in my purse as well. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take another commercial, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to give you some sweet blessings for the week, and then I'm going to kind of close us out. So let's take that last commercial. We are back, and we just got through talking about what kind of snacks and things that we take on our trips when we're traveling. And I mean, I used to travel also. I want to say this. I used to travel to school, and it was a long distance, and I would take snacks. I don't know. Sometime it would be breakfast. Sometime it would be something else. But I always took. Say, I cannot believe I drank all this water, but I always took. I always took snacks. Okay. So the sweet blessings of the week. May you never stop exploring, whether it's a new place, a new opportunity, or a new dream. Every journey has something to teach us if we're willing to take the action. Just keep that in mind. That is your sweet blessings of the week. And if you need to get in contact with me, you may get in contact with me. That's my website, Anna's Lifestyle LLC. And I have a Facebook group as well. And this here is a trip request form. So because I do have a travel agent, a lot of you don't realize that. But if you are interested in a trip, because I research trips too. That's a part of researching and trying to find a place that is of interest for you. So that is my Facebook page. It's called Tabs Travel Agency, Gateway to the World. It might be Gateway to the World Travel Agency, but Tabs Travel Agency. But it is on Facebook. It is not a private group, so you can join that group. When I reach a certain quota, I will close it. But it's fairly new, so if you're interested in joining that. And I also have my website there, my Intel. I have my own website for my travel agency, and that's Anna Brothers .intellitravel.com. Okay. Tab, your gateway to the world. That's my Facebook group. And above that, that HTTPS is a trip request form. It's just saying you want to go on a trip and you're asking me to research that trip for you. Okay? So, and then that's my website, annaslifestyles.com. And if you want some information, info at annaslifestylellc.com. So, I want to thank you this evening for joining me for another episode of Coffee, Cake, and Conversations with Anna. I hope tonight's conversation inspired you to dream a little bigger, embrace unexpected detours, and cherish the people you meet along the way. Until next time, keep shining your light, keep sharing your blessings, and remember, life itself is a journey worth celebrating. So I'm going to leave you with my 3 L's. Most of you know them if you follow me. You know that the first L is to live. Live your life to the fullest. You only have one. So live your life. Don't let things dampen your spirit. Let God lead you. That's what I do. I let Him lead me. At first I did, when I was younger. You know how you do. But now I just, let me put it in the hands of the Lord and move on. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's the way I look at it. The second L is to laugh. And I love to laugh. I've always laughed in my life. I got in trouble for laughing and, talking and all that stuff. But, I feel like God had a path for me. And I'm still on that path. And so I live by these three things. And the last thing is love. And I know that sometimes we don't love ourselves, but to me, the most important person that you need to love is you. And I don't want to sound egotistical, but as a woman, um, I feel that we put ourselves out there. We care for others before we care for ourselves. We care for our children. We care for our family. We care for our husband. We care for our jobs. We care for everything. And sometimes we neglect ourselves. And so I want you to remember. That's why I come on it every time and I say these three L's. I want you to remember that self-love is very, very important. And I'm Anna Brothers, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Cup of Coffee, another slice of cake, and another meaningful message. Have a blessed evening.